Yeah, yeah. I'll be honest. It was a lot of fucking work, Burning Man. Uh, it was probably the worst weather I've seen in 7 years of going there.
Hmm.
It's like insane, like 100-kilometer windstorms. High 30s, low 40s, like really, really hot temperatures.
Oh God.
Yeah, wow. It was really tough. It was really tough.
And you worked in this the blockchain art car thing, Steam Sauna venue.
Um, yeah, I mean, I jumped in it. I did a night, I did like a grave, like an overnight shift helping them run it. And then I showed up another night and just like, jumped in the sauna, tested it out. It's pretty cool. But I was also the head chef or the kitchen lead. So I was cooking half of the food and then the rest of it was just doing like logistics for the whole week. So yeah. Whew, man, big stuff.
Never been,
Yeah, me neither. But
and I doubt I will ever go, actually.
Okay, we're back. Sorry, I think I froze for a sec there.
why not, Christopher?
No, I guess family logistics, etc. Uh, yeah.
Hmm. I think didn't Tam want to go with her family once, or did she say something like that, or did I get it wrong?
Yeah.
I saw Tam there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Griff was like positive before, like, yeah, you should go with your family. Yeah, of course. Like that's it sounds like one of the worst punishments imaginable. Stuck in a desert with two cranky small kids with no water and like,
Yeah, yeah, it's tough. It is tough. And how are you guys?
Good.
great.
Good holidays?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's going? Either you coming to DEF CON?
No, no, I'm not.
No, no, unfortunately.
Darn, that's too bad. Okay.
I actually don't know
Well,
if I'm going to. Oh, sorry. You can.
you got East Berlin, no?
Start. Yeah, but I can't go there too. So I'm actually thinking maybe I may not be able to make it to any conference this year in what's left, which would be sad. But we'll see.
Yeah, what the hell? You didn't even come to ETH Barcelona.
Well, I had to leave early, but I was there a bit at least.
That's true. Yeah, all the setup.
Yeah, East Berlin, I
Um,
don't have any like reason not to go, so I don't understand why I'm not there currently, but apparently I'm not. I sort of forgot about it and yeah.
um, okay. Well, let's dive into some of this stuff here. So I kind of did away with a lot of the stuff we had before and just kind of like thinking of what we need to do, and then catching up on those like work streams, I guess. I guess we can start with intentions and distractions. Um, and I'll say intentions is to push the latest rewards distributions and facilitate. Distractions is there is someone else in the room also having a call, so. And I'll pass it to Nugget.
Thanks, Mitch. Well, yeah, intentions kind of see how this how the rewards group system is going to work in the future. I've seen you wanna be a steward and see kind of get into the new flow of it all, and distractions none. So that's good. Pass to Christopher.
I'd say intentions would be to get up to date with the sort of the overall to-do list for the working group. Get a an good overview of what's next, and then no, the distractions are none.
Okay. Cool. So we'll go through the top of the agenda, and if you guys want to add anything in, just speak up. Otherwise, going from here, our Give Garden proposal passed. We've got 20,000 XDAI in the DAO. Let's see if I can grab that right now. So that's there. Next step is to convert funds. Let's see here. If I can pull up the DAO. Convert it on the ABC, get that TEC, and then just keep using it for rewards. So the biggest blocker will be figuring out how to do that through this DAO.
Okay.
Yes, so now we have wrapped XDAI, right?
Yeah. How to make the swap using the Aragon agent. I have some experience using Frame to make blockchain interactions using as an Aragon agent.
Mm-hmm.
I can try it with Frame, but it's kind of buggy. Other option is EVM CRISPR.
Okay. We would buy directly
is,
from the ABC, right?
yeah. Basically just to make the swap.
And the thing we need to solve is to let the DAO sign the transaction on the ABC.
Yeah, like basically what it'll do is like we'll propose to make the swap and then it will create a DAO vote essentially. And I'm curious like what the slippage will be and like if it'll fail. I have to look at this stuff.
And with EVM CRISPR we could just you build the thing together, right? That's kind of what it's made for, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, you have to basically like build the script, but in the end it'll still generate a vote that has to be passed.
Yeah, then it passes and performs, and when it gets enacted, it just does the thing.
Yeah, that's the thing. If like the slippage moves, or if the prices move too much in between when we create the script and when it's executed, it might fail.
Mm-hmm.
I have to look in the contract to see what it says. So that could be a technical hurdle.
Yes.
Last option is to send to a trusted party, i.e. member wallet, make the swap and send back.
That is very decentralized and very token engineering like.
Yeah. I know, it's not a great one, but it's like, man,
Yeah.
that shit is so hard to use.
Mm.
Like when you have multi-sigs and DAOs, it's like, oh my god, it's so complicated.
Yeah, I like the opposite of trustless, trustful, especially when you're in a small group. It's yeah.
Mm-hmm. Trustful. There you go. I got it on there. Anything else to add to this? Really good?
I think yes.
Okay, cool. Rewards catch up. Distribute rewards from June 18th to July 31st. This is specifically because I think this July 31st is up until what we've quantified from praise, if I'm not wrong. So the active round right now for quantification is from June 31st until September 11th. So we could put something up as early. Go ahead. Sorry.
Well, did it start already? The new quantifier?
Yeah, I opened it on Monday.
Okay, so I just wasn't. Okay, good.
It's okay. I only
Okay,
tagged
so
the
it's
people that were drafted. So yeah, we need to figure out how much we need to send based on those days. How much of the vesting needs to be released from source cred. And then just like set up the forum post, and then we'll get the numbers, make the forum post, and then do the distribution, basically.
Okay. So, is the stuff isn't exported yet, right? From the database to the CSV? No.
No, I haven't done anything.
Okay.
Is that something you can do, Nuggin?
I mean, I think I have permission now. I can check real quick.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think you've been basically doing it since like a few weeks now, or a few
Yeah,
months.
but I wasn't doing the getting the CSVs. I've doing the forum posts and stuff. That's no issue.
yeah, but you are an
Oh.
admin in the praise dashboard, so you can do anything.
You
Okay.
can do anything.
Application periods. Yeah, this one. Yeah, I can export from the 17th of July, and I can get back to the older ones. Okay, good. Yeah, I can pull this stuff, put it together into a round, whatever, and get the numbers down, and I can share it with you guys, and you can double check, and then I can go with forum post.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that'll be, I think that's like 3 distributions.
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
By the way, Maffe reached out to me because she's going to take over some of the stuff or something. You sent her, Mitch? You said?
For Common Stack?
Ah, for Common Stack. Okay. Oh, cool.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't do
told
anything
her
in Common Stack.
I don't know. I'm meeting her tomorrow. She said that you told her something. Ah, no, Christopher,
What?
you did.
What did I tell her? Oh, we can eat that afterwards or something.
Okay.
Probably not for the TEC.
No.
Okay.
This is only it's only one period, right?
I think this is 3.
From June 18th.
Yes,
Okay.
it's 3 periods,
Sorry.
but we're gonna put them together to be one, I think.
Yeah. And the details around the source cred amounts, at least I don't remember them straight up, but I guess
Yeah. I mean,
those
we
are
already
in the
agreed.
forum posts.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, we did. It'll be
We
10
did.
distributions, right? So we did 1. And then this will be, I think this is the equivalent of 3 here.
Yes.
If I'm not
Yeah,
wrong.
and it was a set amount per distribution, right?
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay,
To the
so
same
then
list
it's
we do always.
everything
Yes.
is already.
So that's the easy part. The thing is, we have to look if somebody else signed up for SourceGrid, which we missed on the first one.
Oh,
right? So
I think we closed everything. I think it's
Yeah,
if you
but
haven't.
we were missing some addresses, right? Straight to the end. If somebody one of those showed up suddenly, I think they
missing
still have right
addresses.
to.
No,
No?
No,
Christopher and I took like an hour and we went through it all and like did our due diligence.
Okay, so it's all set. So it's just the same list again. Good, great.
Yeah,
I had it wrong in my head.
yeah. List. Best. Uh, 3 reward distributions, and this is equal to 3 source cred vesting distributions. The total after that is 4 with 6 distros remaining.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Just so we got that written down. Anything else you need to know? I'm tentatively assigning this to you, Nuggin.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I can take it. I think right now, no, because it's the same as always, just for 3 sessions. So I think if something comes up, I can ask either directly or in the reward board group or the channel we have. So yeah, it's okay.
Okay. Great. Any more questions on this topic?
No.
How are we with people to vote on the Aragon stuff when we put them up? Like, are people away still, or are we?
That was another thing. It's like this.
I think we should add that as a separate point, maybe to have a look at the rewards team members.
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of what I put in there today. It was like, I don't know if these people are still around. Particularly Vai and Chui.
Vi has a lot to do in school. I had so he's definitely around. I had a long chat with him 2 times today around praise stuff, but he's swamped with the schoolwork. So I'm not sure
Yeah.
how. Yeah.
That's fine. But the thing is, like, if he's working on praise, that's no longer like a TEC thing.
No.
Since
I mean, it's
we've
no guarantee he's involved in TC stuff.
Yeah. So that's the thing. It's like we have all these people who don't really do anything except for vote, and like I don't even know if not a lot of people, but a few more people. So like they don't have the context. They're not really involved, but they're still getting paid a percentage of each distribution, right? To basically just vote, when we say vote.
When we set up the rewards working group initially, every member had a sort of a role, or we talked about it the first few times, dividing up sort of responsibilities. That have long since gone.
Yep.
And I think it should be reinstated. Like
The roles and
if you're part of
responsibilities.
the team, you should have, if you're part of the team, you should have a something to do in the working group, except for just signing off on the votes. If there is something to do, that is. Sort of the scope of the working group is maybe smaller now than it was. So.
Yeah.
What happened to the video, by the way? To the animation?
No, that was
Like,
another thing I needed.
Okay. I'll just let you leave, Mitch.
Yeah. Members active and contributing. Yeah. reward board chat. Yeah. So I think that's a good discussion to have. And maybe then while we're on the topic here, we'll just move this up. So Christopher, you mentioned that you don't want to facilitate these calls anymore, and it sounds like you're moving out of the working group steward role, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that is what I hope to do.
Yeah, you're just going full-time dev on like Praise as a product from the common stack and doing the architecture for like RAD with Nuggin, which is also going to be a common stack thing.
Yes.
And I'm happy to stay on as a working group member for like the rest of the year or something, and then possibly step out of that role as well. It depends on what happens with the TC and everything else. But I'm happy to be part of the working group.
Okay, cool. Well, yeah, I was taking that into consideration, and since they cut the stewards funding back in June, nobody's really getting paid for doing this work. So I was like, well, I want to get paid, or at least pay General Magic for the stuff that I'm doing here. So, I mean, I'm gonna hit this with the forum. This is my role proposal to effectively become the steward of the working group and take some of the responsibilities that Christopher's been doing and do them. So, I mean, go ahead and review that and leave me some comments. Since I think you people are the most in the know of what I've been doing here.
Yeah.
One quick question. Sorry.
Yes.
What about Livia? I think right now Christopher and Livia were kind of sharing the stewardship role. Like Livia was talking in the community call and all that.
No, Livia gave that to me a few months ago.
Okay.
So I've been doing the community calls and everything. And that's what I should do. I should add there. Present the... Yeah, so I've been doing that already for a couple months.
Yeah. No, my initial feedback on this proposal is that it looks super straightforward and reasonable, 100%. I maybe from the reward board treasury, I think we have said that the money we get from the TC is for rewards payments. I don't know if
we can try and define it some way, but otherwise we don't really have a budget anywhere.
No.
I mean, I'm like, man, good luck getting anything from Gardens. Like,
no, and one option would be to motivate this amount would be to also make the rewards working group smaller and the DAO smaller. So we actually decrease the amount that flows out there, and actually, and this is what in essence will happen. That we will take responsibilities from the people that used to be in the working group that are no longer engaged and placing them on your shoulder. So it's super reasonable that you should get paid for that work. Because we used to have a role that we called someone like a treasury role that was that was had by Ryder initially, and Ryder is long since gone. So and so on.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree that you should be steward. Like you've been doing a lot of that, so.
yeah, and I mean, on that point, like what Christopher's saying, like reducing the reward board like pool there, and then that means that like the funds that are going out, that little percentage is like more concentrated to each person that's participating.
Yeah.
but I want to recognize that like Nuggin and Christopher and Livia, like you guys all do, and to some extent, like up and comers like Rex and Z-Way, who I think is gone essentially, but
Yeah.
um, like, do you guys want to get paid? Like, how do you want to set this up? Because you're doing work too. It's just like, that little 3% that we kick ourselves from each distribution. Like, do you want more? Like, do we need to change things?
I mean, I'm paid by General Magic. Everything that came from that is as far as I know, gone straight to GM. So
To GM,
Yeah, same
right?
I
here.
But
think
do you think you're getting enough though? Like, I mean, probably doesn't make a difference to you, but it's like it's easier for me to justify the work I do, knowing that like at least somebody or somewhere is getting compensated fairly.
I think it's reasonable that the person taking on the sort of the brunt of the responsibility is the one that definitely gets paid most. I would be
Mm-hmm.
happy to continue being a work group member without getting paid at all, because it's not for the rest of us. It's yeah, I mean, again, if you do the distributions, of course you put in some actual time. Um,
yeah,
Mm-hmm. I'm mostly looking at Nuggin.
mm,
I mean, I'm doing it. I'm happy to continue doing it. If we make the rewards board smaller and everybody gets a bit more, it's okay. But I'm doing it on GM time basically. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm already getting paid for that. If now praise is going to completely move into something separate and all my development time for that is going to be there, I don't know. Maybe we can talk about something, but it's okay.
Okay. As long as you're feeling okay, like that's kind of the point, just checking in. And like full disclosure here, this 500 whatever TC is just going to General Magic anyway. Like that's the General Magic wallet.
Yeah.
But it's just like it's hard for me to anyway. Long story short, like if it looks good, I'm gonna throw this on the forum.
I think it looks great.
Okay. And just like checking in because like, it's not just me doing work, so like if you guys are okay with how things are, then we'll leave it.
but maybe we should make a proposal to um, remodel the working group slightly, and sort of attach that, not attach that, but reference that so they reference each other, those two proposals. So
Modify, what is it? Working group?
Structure something.
yeah, but basically saying that these are the current members of the working group, and this is the amount that they will be paid for the ongoing responsibility of being a working group member, the percentage,
Mhm.
that small percentage. So
Yeah,
basically,
of the reward board.
yeah, basically we do what you did today. Check who is still active, and if needed, we try to find replacements.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think it's yeah. Sure, sure. I don't think we need a lot at this point, but it's a good idea.
Replacements, you mean?
I think we can have like a 5 people reward board and 3 votes of 5 to right
And
because
it used to
I mean,
be
it's percentage.
at the end of the day
Anyway, go
it's
ahead.
always the same 4 people voting or 5 tops
yeah.
like so.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, if newcomers come in, like, and they want to be a part of it and show up, then we can always like, you
Sure,
know, bring them in.
definitely.
Okay. Cool. Well, great. Anything else on this?
Uh, who would potentially be stepping down as reward board members? Is that Vi and Chewy? And then it's
I mean,
who else is there? Livy and Septi,
yeah, I
and that's
mean,
Septi
it.
always voted immediately.
yeah, and he helps me with the quant review stuff as well. And obviously Matteo's been doing a huge amount of work for like our source cred
Yeah, totally.
recently. And Libby, you know, I'm sure she still wants to be involved, but I'm just like, I'm looking at Chewy and Vivi, and like they seem to be busy with other things. So like, I don't know. I want to check in with them. And if they don't respond, then I mean that's a pretty good indicator.
Yeah, I mean the question can also be even clearer. Like since you're not apparently here, would you mind stepping off from the reward board, or do you? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. And with okay. Cool. Anything else on these two topics?
No.
Not that I can think of right now.
Distribute missed rewards for late activators for praise. So I think this is due. We've been
Have we done any such late distribution or we
no,
haven't
this
done
is the
so
first
far?
one.
I'm sorry, I don't really get what this is. Which
This-
people?
This is the people who have activated their praise account late. So, you know, all those people, it was like, it shows up in the form like missing address.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a few people who
But you mean
have
inside
been getting
praise?
praised. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay.
So we just need to
and
find the Discord handles that say missing address on them, and then check if at any point or like in the most recent distribution we have an address for them finally, and then find out how much we owe them.
but basically the thing we can do is to make new exports for all periods that we would like to distribute this way, and compare to the old data file, and we will see the differences. All newly activated users and that now have Ethereum addresses and didn't have, we'll distribute those.
Didn't have them at the time that we were supposed to send them rewards.
Yeah. So, but we need to come up with a structure that makes this manageable, because I think I proposed sometime that for each period we should make like 2 consecutive follow-up payouts, 3 months later or something like that. And that sounds to me like a huge headache to do, to pay out each period 3 times and remember all those payouts. Maybe we can simplify the structure somehow, like we do it 2 times a year. Something
That's
like
what
that.
I originally thought. I'm gonna try and see if I can, because it was pretty easy when I was doing it before, and if I can get into my Google Drive. It's a new computer. Let's see here. Quant review. And so I think if you go to any of these, or no, that's not the distribution data. Whoops.
Yeah, but this is the source of the distribution data. So you most likely have here a bunch of people that don't have any Ethereum addresses, right?
Yeah, but I had something else set up already. maybe it was token allocations. Yeah, here we go. So, yeah, here we are. So basically we just put a filter on this column here. Then basically I just take that and I drop it in another one. And then we know that we owe this person this much from each round. Does this make any sense?
Yeah, I think we could do it even more simple if you. So the missing addresses, if we export the data and run the distribution again, you will get another file that looks exactly like this, right?
With
And then
with the address that's filled in.
it would include exactly the same people in exactly the same order if we run exactly the same export. And the only thing that would be different this time would be that some of the addresses, some of the receivers now have addresses, which would, in theory at least, mean that you could just add a column next to the old address column and copy paste the new address column next to the old one. And then you can filter those two together to see if there is an address in both column A and column B, then you know the person had an address before. If there's only an address in column B, then that address is new, and that person should get a payout.
So okay, so you copy this column B, and then you'd put it like in the new one here next to it, and then you can see if there's like a column, it says missing user address, and then it has an address next to it.
Then we know someone that has activated. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I think I understand what needs to be done. Does anyone else have any more techie ideas?
I think we can take this out. Come up with something smart. But let's first we need to decide on which distributions, which periods to distribute.
Which periods to distribute? Well, I think it would be from July 2021 to July 31st, no?
Yeah, that would be the simplest structure. Like every year we do one follow-up payout for the preceding year.
Yeah, well, at least for the first catch up, like basically since we started the system until now.
Yeah. So basically, then I think we should make a mega spreadsheet. I need to think. Maybe I can be involved in sorting this out. Okay. Because we would like to do it in like one big distribution, right? So basically, we would take we would do to take all the older distributions and pack them together somehow, and then run new distributions for all periods and compare that to all the old data and find the difference and make a I have to scratch my head.
And get a total of how much we owe a single person from July 14th to July 31st.
Exactly.
A year later. And then we just do one distribution for that. That would be like, missing addresses or something like that.
So we make a mega spreadsheet, do some wizardry there, filtering and combining, etc. And then once it's done, we will export that CSV file and add it to the distribution repository, so we have a receipt of what we did.
Mm-hmm.
That's that. Then next year in September, we'll do the same thing for yeah, from July 22 to July 23, basically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh,
And July 31st is just because that's the latest. That's the round right now that we actually have,
yeah,
that we will have reward data for.
yeah, and it's not important that it is the same date every year. It's basically only, you know, we will follow the period dates.
Mm-hmm.
As long as no period is left out, it's all good.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Cool. Well, this seems relatively clear to me. There's a hard way to do it, and then there's maybe a wizardry way to do it, but I think we can figure this out.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Any other questions about this?
Nagan, I will ask you later maybe to do a distribution, a new distribution on old period, or perhaps help me get set up with RAD, or so I can do it myself
Sure,
or something,
sure. Once we have the stuff, we can discuss how we best do it. Yes, of course.
and then I can attempt at the spreadsheet wizardry.
Oh yeah. Well, I gotta get that set up again. I got a new computer, so it's like, oh my god, everything just like set up again.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So nothing else for this? Anything else anyone wanted to talk about before this last topic? This one's a little bit more ethereal, so if there's anything else important.
I think Livy wanted to move the hour of this call.
Yep. Moving. I think most of the people in this call are in Europe or like in a European time zone. I think she's in like Kenya or something crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Um,
But is it but for a longer period of time, or just because she's traveling there?
No, it's only to visit grassroots economics for a little period of time.
Ah, okay.
um, but still, there's no good reason that this should be happening at like, I don't know, 10 p.m. CET or something. So, yeah. Should we just make a doodle poll, or how do you want to go about this?
Yeah.
I mean, I think Doodle Poll is probably the best. Yes. Or some Let Us Meet or something.
Okay, cool. All right, that's easy. I'm open to it. Generally, like, yeah, Monday, Tuesday, Friday are great morning days for me. Okay. Anything else? Cool. This last topic here, I kind of jumped into it a little bit before going on vacation, but like I just didn't really have the space to do anything with it. So nobody's coming to the review calls basically, and you know they're kind of redundant and maybe a little bit boring. So how can we get more engagement in there? And I think we were kind of making it into the idea that it could be like more data science focused. So like giving data scientists in the TEC and the TEA a place to like comb through information, make more analysis. If they want to like build plugins or something for the RAD, like this is like a good testing place for that because we have actual data coming through that can be analyzed. Um, so I don't really have any clear thoughts, but it's just more of just like pitching it out there.
I mean, it sounds good, but are there actual people interested in doing that right now? Or is it more like hype it up and tell Angela to make an announcement or something and kind of get it going?
Um, I don't think there's any particular hype around it, but I do see a gap between kind of a lot of soft skills in the token engineering commons and a lot of hard skills like data science in the TEA. And I think it's a good way to like maybe get more action in between the two.
Mm-hmm.
I remember it being a kind of a hype in the beginning, or when the TA when they did this thing late last year when Aloysius did some he did a study on praise, and they had a bunch of people doing different analysis,
Mm-hmm.
because I guess the data set is still quite interesting.
Mm.
Mm. Yeah. So I don't know what format that's going to look like. I don't really know like how to fully execute it yet, but like basically the point is to um, the purpose is to drive more interest in the quant review call.
Hmm.
So whether that is focused on transparency in the community itself, or maybe it's a different angle that's more of just like data science and building.
Yeah, I have a sense that a lot more insight can be um, squeezed out of the praise data than we're currently
Mm-hmm.
doing.
Yeah, I'm sure.
If we have a praise volume that is big enough, large enough, compared to the community size, if people
Mm-hmm.
aren't praising each other, then of course the signal is weak.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, this is a perfect use case for this modular RAD that you guys are building. It's like we have actual data, we have this working RAD thing, and just kind of letting people loose on it, and like maybe finding more ways that like RAD can be useful for other communities by using the TEC as like a testing ground.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, that is how I really have envisioned this modular version of RAD, that we have this library of components, like an open source library of components, and and anyone can add to, and like a bunch of token engineering students just go crazy at the data, developing 20 new analysis components, analyzing the data from various angles, and adding those components to the library and then for any community to use going forward.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. TEC praise data as testing ground. Okay. Cool. Well, I think the next step for me is like maybe touching base with Angela or Patty and like seeing what works for them, because really like we're not going to find like we have a few data scientists, but I feel like a lot of the action is happening over there and seeing like what format makes sense for them.
I know how we can build the hype.
You know how we can build a hype?
Yeah, we
You
will.
know? Or
Yeah, I know.
Hmm.
No, we will present the new modular RAD setup for them, for token engineering people. Once it's done, of course. And when
Yeah,
they
but
see
there's
it, when they see the presentation and they see like, wow, this is like a toolkit we can use to analyze trace data to begin with, then they will become super excited and want to do it, basically.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
And again, and that was my next the next item on my list. I to really dig in and look deeper at the work you have been doing, and I was going to suggest let's push this a bit if you have capacity and try to finish the current new version that you're working on. So that we can start using it. And I have an idea on how we would make it easy for users to run it. Or yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Let's talk about it. Definitely. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Well, this was really great. Anything else to add to the quant review call overhaul? Anything else you guys wanted to mention in this meeting?
I mean, it might be a good idea to do some quant review in like the community, the weekly meetings instead, like taking the top 10 contributions or something and presenting them at the community meeting. You know, bringing some of this analysis into the open by talking about it. Like these were the main contributions the last week or something.
Cool. That's a good idea.
So then the analysis has more of a purpose. I guess the top 10 contributions that analysis is made. It's an automatic thing, just generation.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, that stuff is like in there, but it'd be cool to like bring it more to the forefront instead of just telling people to click the link. Okay. Cool.
Awesome.
So let's just go over this again. I just want to make sure everyone understands what we got to do here. So yeah, I'm going to try and figure out how to convert this on the ABC. If I figure it out, I'm just going to do it and make the vote. And then we'll see what happens. Because there's not really any blockers for us just to convert this on the ABC. If we need to go for the trustful option, then we'll deal with it in reward board. And then the rewards catch up. Nuggin, you feel clear on what you need to do?
Yes, just export the data and merge it and put it into one thing.
Okay, cool. Reward board.
Just to be sure, I'm gonna make one big round. Okay, so I'm not gonna save it in 3 different rounds, but just one extra. Like, or do you prefer to have like run 16, 17, 18 as a separate round for the archive, and then just one distribution? Probably that's best, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably best to have 3 each round in the archive and then do one distribution.
And then just, yeah, totally.
That'll be a bit clearer. I'll write that. 3, 1, 2. And then the housekeeping thing, I guess we'll follow up, and I'm gonna probably give them a week to respond. Then move to vote to burn tokens, basically. And then like this will all be in the chat, so if there's any pushback, then we'll deal with it. And yeah, if you guys want to review my role proposal, go ahead. You should have comment access. Otherwise, I'm gonna post this up probably before the end of the week in the forum. for regular advice process.
I've already read it, and I don't have any comments. I say it again. I think it was a good proposal.
Cool. Well, then I'll probably go ahead and then still in the next couple of days. Distributing missed rewards. Christopher's going to take a stab at this, and likely we will all be involved in putting this final CSV together. Any questions for this? Anything unclear?
No.
Okay. I'll make a doodle poll to move the call time, and I'll reach out to the TEA. Or do you want to wait on this, Christopher, till like you're ready to launch, or do you want me to start talking to them now?
Yeah, they won't be able to use RAD as intended as this tool where they can. Yeah, of course they can use the current version of RAD still. So you can, I guess, you can soften up Angela a little bit, but talking about
Yeah, okay.
what's to come. But maybe we should wait until the.
Okay, cool. All right. Good. Okay. Cool. Do you want to be involved in that discussion, or do you want me to just talk to her?
I can be involved if you set up if there is a meeting. I'll be happy to join.
Yeah, maybe it's just a Discord group,
Yep.
Whatever, DM.
Yep. Yeah, sure.
Okay. Nugget, do you want to be in on this?
I
Or
think
you're okay?
probably should at least. I mean, maybe I don't need to be in it right now, but once the details start getting in, I probably would want to be involved in some way just to know what's coming.
Okay. Cool. We'll just be mindful of that. And then I'll just I'll just try and add some fun information into the next community call from the rewards data.
Nice.
Okay. We're at the top of the hour, and we managed to get through a ton of stuff.
Great.
That's awesome. Okay, and we'll do this again next week, I suppose.
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Okay. All right, thanks, guys. Have a great day.
Thanks.
Thanks,
You too.
guys. See you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.